The So Solid crew are the most talked about and controversial musicians of the 21st century. They've gone from kings of UK garage to kings of UK pop. Platinum selling, multi-award winning, and the most innovative thing to happen to the music business for 20 years. But in the eyes of much of the press, they're also the most notorious group in Britain, constantly associated with urban violence and gun crime. This is the truth behind the hype.
When they listen to our music, they just hear it: gun, kill. You get me? Drugs, weed. Listen to what we're talking about. Why?
The So Solid story told in the crew's own words. Who they are.
Some people are here now and when prison come out and made a change in their life.
Where they come from.
It's just the streets of South London. Remember that.
And what they're really all about.
We've just literally grown up together and had all the same desires about music and then brung it out.
This is where it begins and won't ever end.
Like, the name can never die. The So Solid name could never die.
I am prepared for you.
So solid.
Right, there's 32 of us.
Last time I counted, there was about 35, just over 35 I think there is now.
399 and counting. Nah, something like, I'd say that, I don't know. I really don't know how many people in the crew.
The conventional wisdom in the music industry is that the more members there are in a group, the more difficult it is to operate. But So Solid's formula for success actually depends on large numbers.
Another 2 other producers in another studio or somewhere else.
The numbers is directly to get the name spread in a short space of time. I wanted my guys like Rampage back in the day, like there was 3, 4, 5, 6 of them maybe, yeah? And they would do like 3 gigs in one night, yeah? And I took that strategy and I said, right, I can accelerate that and do like 10 gigs in one night. I could do 7 gigs in one night, as much as possible.
We're stuck like glue.
In the crew, there's me, I'm a vocalist, and there's also a couple of other vocalists. There's MCs that will go on tracks, and there's MCs for raves. So that's a different set of people, and there's a lot of them as well. There's the DJs, and then there's the DJs what can produce as well.
When it comes to decision making, the whole crew are involved.
We have regular meetings, and if there's a record that needs remixing or something like that, we discuss between all of us.
All grew up listening to the same music.
That's it. Everybody's input means something to everybody, you know. Everybody's point of view is important.
I hear people using 10 kicks and 10 snares now, making their track up the beat.
Just too much on the man them around. Are you gonna yell, oh no? You're gonna yell, oh no, ain't doing it?
Of course we're yelling, oh no, man. We always do oh no. Every performance, do you hear the crowd do oh no? Yes, you know?
We have our ups and downs, like just like a normal family. But we tend to like try and keep it solid and together. So that's where the So Solid comes.
To trace the beginnings of the So Solid crew, you have to go deep into the housing estates of Battersea, South London. Most of the crew grew up here. Long before they were famous, this was their playground. And the bonds that hold the crew together today were forged here in childhood.
That's why it's so tight. We all grew up together, we came from the same estates. It's like one was on, a couple of us, 5, 10 of us was on that estate, some was on that estate, some was on that estate, and now we've all come together.
But because it was all based around the same area, obviously we knew each other's faces and we knew each other anyway. You see what I'm saying? We did come from a hard life because I grew up with my mum in a 2-bedroom flat with 2 brothers and 1 sister. Tell me how that works, innit? You see what I'm saying? And that's in the tower block in the States of Surrey Lane. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, a lot of us did have underprivileged lives and that.
When I grew up, I directly, like, I was put in a situation where I was told to handle it. You get me? I wasn't living with my dad. I wasn't living with my mom, I was living with my grandparents, and it was just strict living. You get me? Clean the house, go to church, do shopping, dress a certain way. You can't wear Nikes, you get me?
Of church life, there were harsher lessons to be learned on the streets of Battersea. especially if you were a late arrival, like G-Man.